Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, is a city of contrasts. Amidst the hustle and bustle, there is a hidden world that few dare to venture into. From the flashpoints of Oshodi, 7-Up, or Balende, the popular Third Mainland Bridge, and then to Adeniji Adele, and in Ogun State, the Kara Bridge and Arepo. This is life under the bridge. Meet the Aziz, a family who calls this place home.
Let's say about 6 or 7 years. Although we are living comfortable and we are not living happy. We are just living comfortable. We are not happy because of where we are. Because in the rainy season now, if the rain starts to be falling, we just be on standing till daybreak. So what we need from government is that if we can see accommodation and work, it will be easy for people in this country because we need work. And to see work in this country now, so hard.
Many residents here have been forced to flee their homes due to poverty, violence, demolition, wrong choices, or in search for greener pastures. Anu Oluwapo Kolade left Abeokuta in Ogun State about 1 year ago and turned 17 by February 28 this year. He tells me why.
My dad didn't pursue me out because of 2000, the first time where I first left school. Before I go back to my daddy place. My daddy is always threatening me all the time. Now wait to make me come off for house. No be saying they give me food, they give me ball. They threaten me too much. If you want beat me like this, if you knock my head on top of wall like this, if you do me anything, if you use my head like this, knock stone. I'm ready to make me come up fast now.
I used to produce anything like motor, house, aeroplane, and excavator, all those kind of things. It's my work, and I can draw plan of house and the roof. I go building construction for school, for secondary school. I don't finish secondary school. I've already finished secondary school, yes.
So why are you here?
The scholarship that I take in my village, I don't know when the scholarship, and I come Lagos say I should come my house.
life under the bridge is a daily struggle. Occupants face challenges such as lack of access to clean water, sanitation, and health care.
Most of the people that are here, it's not their happiness that they are here, because this place is not a house. It's not where they're supposed to see a responsible person. So if some people see us, they think that we are not responsible. But we are still thanking God that when there is life, there is hope. Because I'm still in life, I'm still in hope. So that's what I believe. So I'm praying to God that God should provide for me. I want to shift away from here successfully with peace with my wife, so that I also will be living a comfortable life.
And while some level of success has been recorded in terms of security in many parts of Lagos, there are still reports of traffic robbery activities as well as other forms of criminality around the underbridge areas. Augustina Ifyok is a registered nurse and a victim of robbery at the 7-Up Underbridge and Freedom Park area, which has always been a hotspot for these activities.
When I was about crossing under the Abiola's Gardens, the bridge there, they stopped me and were like, "Oh yeah, madam, bring out everything you have." You understand? I had to cooperate because one showed me a very sharp cutlass. You understand? The one behind me, I because of the tension, I was so scared, I couldn't dare look at what he was even holding. But they were robbing me and people didn't notice. Policemen were not even around. And everywhere was dark. That's Abiola's garden. It was even when I told people that look at what happened to me, a lot of people were like, and don't I know that it's been that way. Oh. I don't pass through Abiola's garden anymore. I know it will cost me a lot passing through other routes, but that's just what I have to do. And I've been telling people that I know that uses that axis too. During the daylight, I told them, please desist from that route. Abiola's garden is a no-go area, both in the day and in the night.
Despite the dangers and warnings, we return to the underbridge at night to film. The dwellers at this location appear to have formed a tight-knit community, looking out for each other.
And we are here for anything violent. We don't want violence here. Anything making violence here, we are not allowed it.
From those trying to get dinner to those breaking barriers and limits just to earn a living, life under the bridge is a testament to the human spirit's ability to thrive even in the most challenging circumstances. But that's not all. It's also a reminder that even in the darkest of corners, there is always hope and resilience. There is also a sense of resilience and hope as residents have formed cooperatives, started small businesses, and even established a form of community learning. In Africa, Nigeria leads the pack with over 24.4 million people living in poverty, with many living under bridges or in informal settlements. South Africa is next in the continent with approximately 200,000 people living on the streets, including under bridges. And globally, an estimated 150 million people worldwide live in homelessness or in inadequate housing. Plus, approximately 150 million children live on the streets all around the world, with many living under bridges or in similar situations. Nimot Mwili is a structural engineer and chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Ikeja branch. She outlines the possible impact on such infrastructure.
You see people cooking, roasting and emitting various forms of heat at a level not designed for the bridge to accommodate. So you gradually start seeing crack because there will be shrinkage. The heat around the concrete is being absorbed, and the structural members, they have various components. There is reinforcement in it. There is the concrete that we always see outside. The structural members are the reinforcement covered by the concrete. They are designed for the road they are meant to carry, and also the temperature around such environment. So when they shrink, the cover is that part that don't enable us to see the reinforcement. They start peeling off, and that undermines the integrity of the bridge.
The Lagos State government dismantled illegal shanties occupied by squatters beneath the Legbata Bridge near Akpongbo in November 2024 and is promising to carry out more demolition. But the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, reveals other plans by the state government.
For us in Lagos, it's not the ideal that people should stay under the bridge. So if you are talking about how people are living under the bridge, what they are doing is illegal. Those people that are saying that they don't have jobs, by the time we finish with what we want to do under those bridges, they will be the ones who will be taking care of them. There are business giants that have promised to take over some of the bridges where we have removed unwanted structures, and some of them are going to become sporting centers. Some of them are going to become very beautiful gardens that are going to be sponsored by all these business giants. Some companies, some individuals, they have come up to say they want to take control of those bridges, beautify them in a manner that will make all of us proud as Lagosians when you pass through such places, not the den of robbers that they used to be before we moved in there.
We catch up with Dr. Selin Njoku, a psychologist and Vice President, Counseling Association of Nigeria.
Human beings are not supposed to live under the bridge. They need shelter. And if they find themselves under the bridge, it's abnormal. It's an eyesore. It's a demeaning to the society, to the state, to the nation. According to Maslow hierarchy of needs, the first need of a human being is food, water, and shelter. So whereby they find themselves outside, there is something negative in the offing about to blow up. It's not supposed to be. Unfortunately, we have them. They sleep, they are comfortable. Majority of them are not comfortable, but some of them are comfortable. Where do they go? Because of insecurity, especially in the north. They find themselves under the bridge. Joblessness here and there. The rent is going up high.
Dr. Njoku is worried about the adverse effects and possible consequences of the menace on the larger society.
One, you see them, they have low self-esteem. I'm not like the other person. You see them, they look like I am not okay. You are okay. Inferiority complex. You see them, they don't have that belongingness. Am I like the other person? You see them, they are depressed. And some of the people who are there too are hooligans. Whereby somebody will just bring up and be collecting 100 naira from them at night, midnight, 2 a.m. If you refuse to pay, they will use scissors and cut your luggages. They have depression. The drug addicts are there. Some of them are suffering from psychosis. Some of them are suffering from hopelessness. Of course, indeed, they are hopeless because you don't know what tomorrow will be like. So, and how do they think now? They think like animals. Psychologically, they start respecting the animalistic instincts in you and me, which we control. But because of the environment where they find themselves, lawlessness, I don't care, no provision from anybody anyhow. So they respect the animalistic instincts. What do you get? Rape. Galaxy of rape. What do you get? Galaxy of bullies. At any form. These are human beings.
For global security consultant and CEO of the Breeze Protection Services Limited, Dr. Dixon Osaje, he believes dwellers under the bridge constitute a potential threat and wants the government to pay urgent attention.
They constitute security threat to the society, and it is an existential threat because most of these guys living under the bridge, sometimes are being approached by criminal elements, and they are also vulnerable people. When you are vulnerable and anything comes your way, you will want to go or divert it. So that is why most times you see a lot of rituals taking place in under bridges. You see a lot of killing, snatching of purses, and a lot of criminal activities going on under the bridge. And I think the government needs to understand one fact, that any child on the street or any person on the street or under the bridge is a potential threat to the government, and such threat must be eliminated. What do? You put in a task force in place that will go under the bridge and take out these guys, because these guys need to live, they want to drink, they want to eat, and how do they get their source of income? Anybody passing by at that period of time, what do? They accost that person, or they kidnap that person if they want to do. And so I strongly believe that people living under the bridge should be evacuated with immediate effect.
Both experts are also quick to send a message to the government at all levels.
We can't have a country whereby we have people that will live under the bridge and constitute threats to a sitting government or to the government. We are not in an urban space. Under the bridge, under bridges across the state, Lagos and other parts of the country, it's a governable state. So these guys, they are not living in an ungovernable area. They are living in a governable places. And I think the government needs to see them as a potential threat to the people, first of all, and also to the state government itself. Because you must understand something. We have various types of crime. And what they do is that they carry out opportunistic crime. Opportunistic crime is when you see someone walking and you suspect the person is carrying some good phones or carrying bags or with money. You accost him at night or at midnight, then you get what you want to get for them. So if you cut off these guys, what you are doing, you are cutting off opportunistic crime. And government should see that as a serious potential threat to the states.
Government is for the people, by the people, for the people. Do we have it like that? Though Lagos State is trying, with all these things, they are just flowing in midnight. If you go to Alakeja now, that place has been controlled under the bridge. But that of Obalande is another estate. You get estate under the bridge. So the government should have feelings, empathy, not sympathy. Not sympathy as a result of share food for them. Empathy. You put yourselves in their shoes. You try to feel the way they are feeling. And what do we get? Instead of sympathy, instead of empathy, you get antipathy. Leave them alone. You go and get houses for them now. You say each is 10 million. They can't afford. Why not give them this Jaconde-like building? One room each. Let them not pay. They give them work. Like this Agbero. Agbero means people who conduct passengers, who guide them. That's the meaning of Agbero. Get them uniform. Put them somewhere. Each day, maybe you give them 500 naira. They are okay. So, if government wants, they will, because government is the chooser. They choose what they want and refuse what they don't want. Even refusing to choose is a choice.
The stories of those living under the bridge are not just statistics or news headlines, but a reflection of our collective humanity. It's a clarion call that together we can create a more compassionate and equitable society where everyone has access to dignity, safety, and opportunity.